What's up guys? Ako si Sergio Ramos and welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. Kung first time nyo dito, we talk about all things music, from gear to being the best musician that you can with different music lessons, production lessons, mixing lessons, and gear reviews, and just anything and everything that will help you sound the best that you can. Special thanks kay Guitar Pusher for lending me this guitar amp for this demo. Make sure to check out Guitar Pusher sa kanilang Cubao location at their website, and you can also check out this guitar amp for yourself. Now, before we get into anything, first, the specs. So the Revv G20 is the second Lunchbox style amp from Revv Amplifications after the very successful D20. It is all tube, switchable from 4 watts to 20 watts of all tube power. It is 9 pounds. It also has an integrated 2 notes reactive load. Nope. It comes built in with 2 notes reactive load technology and virtual cabinet IRs. Comes with 2 channels with switchable aggression controls. I'll get into that a little bit later. You have a clean channel and a dirty channel with switchable aggression controls, and I'll get back to that later. Then it is MIDI switchable. There's a lot of really interesting technology built into this amp. It can be used perfectly for home recording with a dummy load, so you can go recta into your computer, or recta sa house, whichever, or use it with a cabinet. It has a built-in effects loop and also headphone out, which I think is really cool. So the amp has very simple controls. Here we have a gain control. Here we have treble, middle, and bass, and then overall volume. And we have some very interesting push buttons. We have one which is called wide, and the wide feature is it kind of shifts the EQ a little bit. So if it's using the clean, then it makes it more chimey. It makes the amp itself sound bigger than it actually is. For the distortion channels, it gives it a lot more body and a lot more bass. Then here is the switching for the wattage. So it's 4 watts or 20 watts. Right now, I believe we're running it in 4 watts. This one is the switch channel. So when it's blue, it's clean. When it's red, it's dirty. This one is the aggression control. We have pre and post. What this is, in the software, you can actually customize different power amp stages. And you can choose to use the emulated power amp or the actual power amp here. And it does definitely contribute to the tone. And here is to store your presets. And there's a whole bunch of other like extra push button features by holding 2, and you kind of put them in different modes, especially for MIDI control. Here is our headphone jack, so we can plug in headphones, and ito yung overall level for the headphones, and also kapag nakarekta siya. This one is to select which IRs you are using, and you have 6 cabinet IRs na pwede mo ipasok, all powered by 2 notes technology, which is really cool. Your standard standby and on-off switch. So now that I've shown you all the different buttons and all the little bells and whistles, I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the more advanced features of this amp, how it kind of works with its fancy MIDI switching and all of its really interesting technology. So first thing that I wanted to talk about, it's digitally controlled, but it's all analog in terms of its tone and how it's built. So what is really interesting is that I can put it so that I have a separate cabinet just for the clean, separate cabinet for dirty on aggression level 2, and another separate cabinet for dirty aggression level 3. And then I can even say that I want a different cabinet and a different power amp on a different MIDI channel. I think that is really awesome, and having something which is digitally controlled analog gear. Not only is it digitally controlled analog gear, it is also friendly for home recording, especially sa ngayon. We're in the middle of the pandemic. And everything that you hear from today's video is all coming directly from this amp. Kasama yung mga IRs, it is going recta into my computer. And I think that that's really, really awesome flexibility. Like, I can lift this really, really easily. Pwede siya recta, super, super easy. So what does the aggression modes do exactly? You'll notice there's only one clean, and I can't click in the different aggression modes. But if I'm on the dirty channel, it has 1, 2, and 3 for the aggression modes, and then I can go back to 1. What aggression does is it adds more gain, and it makes it snarlier, makes it angrier. It's definitely more suited for lead playing, and I'll demonstrate that, and you heard a little bit of that in the track. With the different cabinet IRs, the ones which are built into here, there's 6 channels, and the way how it is defaulted is that channel 1, let's just say cabinet A, is cabinet A. Slot number 2 is cabinet A with reverb. That's the interesting thing about IRs right now, is that you can actually customize the EQ and the reverb, build it into the impulse response, and then ipasok mo sa amp. All via USB. It's a USB controlled amp as well. So that's a really interesting way how to get around an amp that doesn't have built-in reverb. You can even have it so that you can customize one cabinet that you really, really like, and then this one just has different levels of reverb. Kind of have it what they have here, which is slot 1, cabinet A, slot 2, cabinet A plus reverb, slot 3 is cabinet B, slot 4 is cabinet B plus reverb, slot 5, I'm kind of getting confused, slot 5 is cabinet C, yeah, I believe so, yeah. Cabinet C, that's dry, and then the last slot is cabinet C with reverb. So I'm gonna put it all the way back. And all of these can be recalled all via MIDI. So enough of me talking, let's hear what it actually sounds like with a variety of different guitars. So first we're going to try a variety of different sounds with a bunch of different guitars. And this one is a Les Paul style guitar. This is my R. Gibson. And it's as standard Les Paul as it can get. Something that I also do want to say is that I am actually running through a Line 6 Helix using 4-cable method, but this is just to show how the amp responds to cables and also adding some reverb and delay afterwards. It is not coloring anything unless I say so. So this one is completely clean, no compression, no reverb, no nothing. Now, I want to engage this wide switch. Now, let's try it with the first level of dirt, which is aggression level 1. Sounds really, really nice, really rock, you know, so I'm gonna add a little bit more bass, back off a little bit of the treble. This is with the gain all the way down, and I'm using humbuckers, of course. And now let me increase the gain to about mga 9 o'clock. All the way. Now let me go to aggression level 1 with the gain at 12 o'clock. Finally, aggression level 2. So I'm going to go from aggression level 1 to 2 to 3 para marinig mo yung mga differences between each one of the aggression levels. And all of the reverb is still coming from this amp. 1. 2. 3. So I hope that you can hear a difference. Each one is slightly more saturated, a little bit more bass, and a lot more in your face. Is that exactly what you want all the time? I don't know. Your results may vary. But now let's listen to what it sounds like with the wide control. We're at aggression level 1 again. Here it is with the wide. You can really hear it in the palm mutes. So off, and then on. It's more of a boom, 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 boom type sound. And yeah, you can quote me on that. It has more, here's my quote, it has more of a boom, boom, boom sound. All right, next guitar. We have a Telecaster style guitar. This is a J-Craft. This is my custom J-Craft that I relicked. And it has bare knuckle pickups in it. So this is what it sounds like on the clean channel and the different dirty channels with it. And with the neck. Now, with some dirt. Next, we have a Strat style, a classic Strat style guitar. This is a J-Craft S3 Relic. Distortion channel 1. Gonna back off the bass a little bit. Next up, we have my main guitar, which is an LSL Satakoid Deluxe. This is a modern Strat. Right now I have bare knuckle pickups in it, and let's listen to all the different tones that we can get. Now we're gonna do aggression levels again. Using my Helix, I am using a full tone OCD with a noise gate in front of it, which is your standard recipe for Djent. I'm going to just use it on aggression level 2. So this is it. Yeah, it Djent. Another concern that people have, especially when buying a guitar amp, is maganda ba siya as a pedal platform? As in, di ko gagamitin yung distortion ng amp, gusto kong gamitin yung pedals mismo. So using my Classic Helix, I have a couple pedals. I have a Tube Screamer, which is set up to be as a boost. I have a Prince of Tone by Analog Man. I have an Exotic FX SP compressor and some reverb and delay for some clean, sparkly tones. Again, clean as can be. Let me remove the reverb. See? Clean. Right now I'm using the Analog Man Prince of Tone with a little bit of reverb. So this is what it sounds like. Well, there you have it, guys. Another awesome piece of gear that I think is actually one of the most versatile pieces of analog gear, especially in this pandemic and quarantine period. The reason why I think that, you get analog sounds from it, but you can record direct. Everything that you heard tonight has been direct. I haven't used a single cabinet, so I can record in my bedroom at appropriate levels. When gigs do come back, and yes, I did say when gigs do come back, this is perfect for just grabbing it on the go, sticking it in your car, and being able to use the same sounds that you have at home at your gig using an actual amp head, which I think is awesome. So what do you guys think of the Revv G20? Is it the perfect amp? I definitely think that it's the perfect amp for right now in this recording period. How does it sound? So leave a comment down below, guys. How would you use the G20 here in the Philippines if you had one? Would you be using it recording direct? Would you record blues, rock, jazz with it? What would you use it for and how would you use it? Maraming salamat again, guys. Maraming salamat to Guitar Pusher. I will leave descriptions down below for this amp and to the Guitar Pusher website. Make sure to check this thing out again at the Cubao showroom. My name is Sergio Ramos. Thank you again for watching. Peace.